Crikey! Look at the size of that cucumber! Welcome back, everybody. I'm your host and astrologer, Blake James, Scorpio Ascendant, here to help transform your world. Well, if you haven't yet already, please be sure to check out my website for information on personal readings. And the link for that has been provided in the details below. Today, I will be talking about the very appropriate subject, planting by the lunar cycle, and the upcoming new moon in the sign that has all the motivation and vitality and vigor and spice and competitiveness. Aries. It's currently spring in the Northern Hemisphere. The new moon will be in Aries on the 10th, 11th, and 12th of April of 2021, which is a great time to start a garden. To our ancestors, natural astrology was important in predicting seasonal events and weather. Well-informed planters used the position of the sun, moon, and constellations to manage their livestock and crops. The 2nd century astrologer, Ptolemy, was the first to organize and relate celestial events to the weather, the tides, and the seasons. The Planter's Almanac we are familiar with today evolved during the Middle Ages to include star charts. Around the 16th century, almanacs used natural astrology to make predictions of weather and farming. Traditional farmers swear by the practice, claiming that it results in a larger, tastier harvest. The moon's gravitational pull increases the moisture in the soil at the time of the new moon to the full moon, so it encourages germination and growth. The tides are highest at the time of the new moon and the full moon. And just as the moon pulls the tides in the oceans, it also pulls upon the water and the earth. The increasing moonlight creates balanced root and leaf growth. In its 27-day orbit around the earth, the moon passes through the constellations of the zodiac and transmits forces to the earth, which affect the 4 elements: fire, earth, air, and water. These elements, in turn, affect the 4 parts of the plant: the leaves, the fruit or the seeds, the roots, and the flowers. The health and growth of a plant can therefore be stimulated by sowing, cultivating, and harvesting it in tune with the cycles of the moon. The first stage of the lunar cycle, the new moon, is best suitable for sowing fodder plants, also known as leaf plants. Is that you, Blake? I can hear you, but I cannot see you. Why am I in the dark? During the new moon, we experience an increase in lunar gravity, which helps seeds to germinate. Start planting above ground annual crops that produce seeds outside of the fruit. Examples of such plants are lettuce, spinach, leafy herbs, celery, broccoli, cabbage, and cauliflower. The second stage in the lunar cycle is the second quarter. This is a time suitable for planting fruit plants. Oh, that's better. Hang on. Are we on YouTube? Plants that are cultivated for their fruit or seed belong to this category. There's less lunar gravity and more moonlight. This will encourage strong leaf growth. A good time to plant is 2 days before a full moon. Plant above ground annuals that have seeds on the inside, such as beans, melons, peas, squash, peppers, lentils, soya, corn, cucumber, pumpkin, and zucchini, and tomatoes. The third planting phase, according to the lunar cycle, is the full moon phase. This is a suitable time to sow seeds that produce roots and flowers. At this time, there is high lunar gravity and moisture being pulled toward the surface of the soil, high tides, and a good time for transplanting and pruning. Plant root crops such as beets, potatoes, onions, parsnips, carrots, garlic, radish, horseradish. The last and final phase for planting by the lunar cycle is called the last quarter moon. All right, that's me, lass. I'm going away again. A suitable time for harvest. At this time, there's less lunar gravity and moonlight. A good general rule is not to plant anything during this time. You can use this time to mow the lawn or remove weeds, bushes, and poison ivy. In the southern hemisphere, it is currently the season of autumn, the harvest period. So while we're busy getting our garden started, they are in the middle of harvesting all of their crops. Some tips for our friends in Australia, New Zealand, Chile, South Africa, and other countries in the southern hemisphere. If you're looking for a great time to harvest, I suggest the last quarter phase of the lunar cycle, when the moon will be in Capricorn on April 3rd, 4th, and 5th. This will be an optimal time to harvest. Crikey! Look at the size of that cucumber! And there you have it, a nice beginner's guide to gardening with the moon. If you enjoyed this video and you want to hear from me again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.